A little something about Raymond. He's an investor in stocks and rentals. He wants no money from you, no bait and switch, nothing. Here's what he's going to do. He's going to log into his personal account, share real estate property documents, and give you suggestions on what to read.
All right, it is check-in time. It is Wednesday, November 18, 2020, and it's time to log in and check out my Roth IRA. So let's get in here. And hopefully you guys had a good trading day. You know what I like to do. I keep everything on my Yahoo Finance app. All my stocks are there, so I don't have to actually log into this account just to see what my stocks are doing. So I recommend that for you guys. All right, so let's go to my Roth IRA. And let's get this bigger, because some people can't see. We're going to blow this up so a blind man can see it. All right, so we are in, and before I start talking about the value and comparing it to the last update, which was 2 weeks ago, I want to get to the good part, which is what have I done in the last 2 weeks? So I have this set for 14 days, which would give us the last 2 weeks from my last update. And I just want to tell you guys about the activity in this account. So what I've been doing. So let's just go down this. We're going to do it in order of date. So on November 5th, I decided to buy 20 shares of FSLY. So that is a cloud computing company, and I have it up here. So this is the company. Let's go to company overview. And I'm not going to read this, but I just wanted to bring you guys to the website of the company so you guys can read about the company and learn what they do. The reason I bought this stock is a lot of companies pay FSLY to implement different features on their website to keep it secure. Again, this is cloud computing and a lot of other things. And because a lot of companies go to them for services, I decided to invest in FSLY. So let's go back to the next stock I bought. I bought 30 shares of LOGI, and I did that on November 9th. And I also bought more LOGI on November 9th. So here I initially bought 30 shares at $83.28. And then I bought additional shares on the same day when I noticed that the price was dropping, and I bought those at $77.66. And I recommend you guys when you guys are buying stock, that if you know you want to spend, let's say, $1,000 in the company A, I would recommend not buying all the stock for $1,000. I would recommend breaking that up over a course of days or weeks, or as you can see what I did in this particular case, I broke it up over the course of hours within one day. And the reason you want to do that, you have no idea when you buy the stock at price X if it's going to go up or down. And it's better to just kind of average that out over time. So if you know you want to buy $1,000 worth, I recommend, again, not to buy $1,000 worth of stock all at one time. So let's go to that company. I want to show you what they produce. So I'm sitting in front of my computer, and my speakers are Logitech. My webcam is Logitech. They make a lot of stuff, and it's a good chance that if you have additional devices for your computer, it's probably made by this company. And I bought that company because they've really been knocking it out of the water in terms of their stock price has been going up. I wish I'd have bought it earlier, but I didn't. But it's never too late to jump on board. And again, they make a lot of good stuff. So this is why I bought Logitech. The next stock that I bought was a Fidelity healthcare stock. And this is a healthcare index ETF. So let's check that out. So here's the stock ticker, FHLC. And I just want to show you that this is an ETF. And what an ETF is it's a group of stocks listed under one ticker, and it helps you spread out the risk. So in other words, putting all your money in one stock, you're really putting all your money in a lot of stocks. So just looking here, let's make this bigger so you guys can see it. All right. So let's scroll down. So under this one stock ticker, again, this is an ETF. It has over 400 individual companies within this one ETF. And here are the top 10 that you guys can read. And I want to show you something that's very important when you're buying ETFs, which is the gross expense ratio. It is at 0.08%, and this is really, really low. This is a great expense ratio. And when I decide to invest in a ETF, I always check out the expense ratio to make sure it's really low, because the lower it is, the more money you can keep. The reason I decided to buy this ETF is that the Affordable Care Act, or Obamacare, is really going through all type of changes, and I believe because of the election that healthcare is really important, and I believe there's going to be some changes to the healthcare marketplace, and I believe those changes are going to be positive, meaning that if you're invested in healthcare, you should make money. And I bought this ETF, and we're going to see if I do make money or lose. Either way, you guys will be updated. I bought some additional stocks that I already own. So I bought some additional NTGR. I bought 34 shares of NTGR. I bought 23 more shares of Nautilus. I bought 10 more shares of Scott's Miracle-Gro. And I bought 5 more shares of DOCU. And if you guys have been following me, when I initially bought these stocks, I told you why I bought the stocks. So I don't want to repeat what I already said, because you guys can go to my website and search for the video or the stock name or ticker, and you can find that video if you're curious on why I bought those stocks. And I did sell something, which was Zoom. I had 5 shares, and I completely exited that stock. And the reason I exited Zoom is that it appears that the COVID vaccine is coming out, and I believe that that's going to affect the share price of Zoom. And I think over time it will drop. I think it's going to kind of bounce around. So when I sold it at $378. Right now it is higher than $378, but I believe that this is going to bounce up and down, but trend downward. Again, we will see if I'm right or wrong. Either way, I made a ton of money in Zoom. I think I bought Zoom when it was, I think, $100 and something, and it shot all the way up to, I believe, $400 or $500, and I sold some of the shares, And then I sold a little bit more, and I finally exited completely out by selling the last 5 shares. And I want to discuss what kind of dividend money have I been making in the last 2 weeks. So let's take a look at this. I received a dividend from stock ticker MA, which is MasterCard, and that was $13.69. I got another dividend from Apple, which is here, of $3.08. And I received another dividend from stock ticker BX, which is Blackstone Group, of $106.71. And the reason you see the dividend and then the same number, which is negative below it, is because I am enrolled in a dividend DRIP. And DRIP is an acronym for Dividend Reinvestment Plan. So what this does is it takes the dividend and it goes right back into the stock that the dividend came from, and I'll buy more of that stock. So that's why you see the same number but negative under all the dividends here. All right, so that's what happened in the last 2 weeks, and we want to go and do what we normally do. So let's compare where I am now to where I was 2 weeks ago. So we're going to go to positions. And right now my balance is $275,452.57. And the day was not a good day. I am down over $1,200, $1,213.67. But let's compare this to 2 weeks ago. So we want to find the last update for my Roth IRA. And it's right here. So on November 4th, which was 2 weeks ago, I was at $270,324.19. And if you compare that to today, I am happy. So the difference is I'm up about $5,095.72. And as you guys can see, the market is still open, so this number is kind of jumping around. So that's an approximate number that I gave you guys. And but today I'm not happy. Today I'm negative. I'm down over 1,200. And the last thing I want to do is let's talk about my best performing and least performing stocks of today. So the column we want to go to is day gain, and my best performing stock is Tesla. So let's check that out. So Tesla is here in this row, and today I'm up over 10%, and I made over $440. And for the year, well, not from the year, but from the time I purchased it up until today, I'm up over 60%. So I am very happy. And my least performing stock is kind of ironic because this is an electric company similar to Tesla, but they do not build electric cars. They build electric scooters or mopeds. And their primary market is in China, and this is a Chinese company, and it's NIU Technologies. So, again, today I'm down over $76, and so far I'm up 0.72%. I made almost $9 since I bought this stock. So that is an update. A total update of my account. I talked about the stocks I bought, the stocks I sold, my dividends, and my least performing and best performing stock over the last 2 weeks. So you guys know what it is. It's stocksandrentals.com. come here, check me out, make comments, and I will holler at everybody next time. Peace.